Hello. All right, so today we're going to talk about order of operations. So when we talk about order of operations, we are talking about the way that we do the problem. Oh my goodness. There has to be an order in which you do it, or you're going to get the wrong answer. Okay, so each operation may be a little bit more significant than the other, which means it's more important, is what I like to say. So, like some operations have more weight or are more important than other operations. And so we just have to figure out, we have to remember which ones are more important than others. Okay. And so, what I mean by that is that we just have to remember that order of operations is exactly what that means, order of operations. We have to remember that there is an order in which we do the operations. And operations is talking about multiplying, subtracting, dividing, or adding. So we can remember this by remembering PEMDAS. I'm sorry you hear. I'm doing this video on Sunday, and Evelyn is home, and so you can hear her watching TV. So she is quiet with the TV. So, all right, remember PEMDAS, okay? So we have please, which is the P. It stands for please. And we also talk about parentheses, okay? And then we've got excuse, which we actually don't have to calculate this one, but we need it to remember the saying. And you'll have to use it next year. So excuse, and that is exponent. So what we're talking about is like if you have 2 to the second power, this right here is an exponent, okay? Then we have my. Oh, I hate when I do that and I make it all weird. Okay, and that is a multiplication. Then we have dear, and that is division. And then we have aunt, and that is addition. And then we have subtraction, which is Sally. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. All right, say it with me. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So there are rules to this, okay? So when you are doing a problem and you are working it out, you're talking about which of these comes first, okay? So the parentheses you would always do first. It comes first. Subtraction, addition, and subtraction come last, okay? So parentheses is the most important. So if you're scanning a problem and there are parentheses, you do the parentheses first. Then you would do exponents. But like I said, we don't have to worry about exponents this year. So we're not even going to talk about them. But you would do exponents next. Okay. Then you would do, I'll put that down there just so we have it. Then you would have multiply or divide. Now, these are the same weight. That means that they are equally as important. So with multiplying and dividing, you're going to do first come, first serve. And when we start working out problems, these are going to make sense, but more sense. But what I'm saying is whichever one comes first in the problem, going left to right, that's the one you're going to do. So if there's a division problem first, you'll do division first. They are just more important than adding and subtracting, but less important than parentheses and exponents. So you do parentheses, then exponents. And then when you're looking at your problem, does it have multiplication or division? Well, depending on which one is coming first, left to right, then that's the one you're going to do first. All right, then would be adding and subtracting. So I'm going to say first, second, third, now fourth is adding or subtracting. Okay? Again, it's the same rule. First come, first serve. And it is left to right, so whichever one comes first in the problem. All right, let's work on some of these. So remember that we can remember PEMDAS, or order of operations, by saying, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. All right, we're going to do 6 problems together just to practice. It is so windy right now. All right. All right. So we've got 7 times 3 plus 4. All right, 7 times 3 plus 4. So scanning our problems, I'm going to put up here, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. I don't know what she's doing in there. All right, so we're looking parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Multiplication is left to right. Addition is left to right. Okay. So do I have parentheses? Yes. So you're going to do parentheses. All right. So you're going to do the parentheses, the stuff in the parentheses first. So 3 plus 4. So that's 7. Always cross it out. Okay. Man, it is windy. Always cross it out so you know you've already done that problem. Okay. Then you're going to bring down. So I'm going to bring down the 7 times right there. So then the only thing left I have to do is 7 times 7, which is 49. Cross that out. Circle your answer. So order of operations is a skill where you're going to have to write everything down. You think you could probably do it in your head, but that's when you may mess up. So always write down each parts of the problem. All right, so let's look at number 2. Now these are pretty easy, but they'll get a little harder. 15 minus 2 plus 7. Okay. So looking for parentheses, I've got a set. I'm going to do whatever is inside of them first. So 2 plus 7 is 9. Cross that out, bring down. Okay. Then all that's left is 15 minus 9, which is 6. Cross out, circle my answer. And if you look, you've sort of got an upside down parentheses pyramid or triangle, whichever. Okay. And that's what you want to make sure that it is getting smaller and smaller each time you work out the problem. Okay. So I've got 8 plus 6 times 2 minus 3. Okay, so we got a little bit harder problem. All right, so the first thing I'm going to look, do I have parentheses? Nope, so I can keep moving. Don't have exponents. Do I have multiplication or division? Well, I have one division sign. So that means that division sign belongs to those 2 numbers. So 6 times 2 is 12. I cross that out and I bring down. Okay, so I don't have any multiplication or division left. So now I just look and think, okay, well, I've got adding and subtracting. Whichever sign comes first is what you do. Okay, so this addition sign comes first, so that's what I'm going to do. So 8 plus 12 is 20. I'm going to mark that out, bring down my minus 3. 20 minus 3 is 17. I circle, cross out. Okay. Again, it is an upside down triangle. Okay. And let's move on. Number 4. 14 minus 5 plus 3. Just going to town in there. All right, so looking, I don't have parentheses, I don't have exponents, I don't have any multiplication or division, but I have a subtraction and an addition. So in PEMDAS, it says, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So it would look like addition would come first, but that is not actually true because you always want to do with addition and subtraction. They are equal in importance. So you would do left to right. Whichever one comes first is the one you do. So subtraction comes first. So 14 minus 5 is 9. I marked that out and I brought down my rest of my problem. 9 plus 3 is 12. I circle that, mark it out. Okay. And let's move on. Let me see if I can find a couple of harder problems. Okay. So let's do 4 and then 5 minus 2 in the parentheses plus 4 times 2. All right, so looking at all of my things, and parentheses comes first. So parentheses going to go first. 5 minus 2 is 3. I'm going to mark that out, bring down the rest of my stuff. Now, if you notice, here I've got a 4 beside of my parentheses with no sign. That means a multiplication. Okay, that means that 4 is going to be multiplied to that 5 and to that 2. So we can just put the multiplying sign and bring down your 4. So anytime you see the 4 or a number beside of parentheses, that just means multiplication. Okay, a dot also means multiplication sometimes. Okay, so those are just the things you see when you get into a little bit higher math, because when you get into algebra, they use variables, which are letters, and sometimes x's can be in equations. So they do a dot sometimes for multiplication. So when you see a number beside of a parentheses or you see a dot, that is multiplication. All right, now what am I going to do first? I have 2 multiplying signs. Well, the rule is to do left to right. First come, first serve. So I'm going to do 4 times 3 first. That's going to be 12. Mark it out, bring everything down. Okay. Then I've got another multiplying sign. So I'm going to do this first because multiplication is more important than addition. 4 times 2 is 8. And then I bring down my adding. And then 12 plus 8 is 20. I circle my problem, cross that out. It is so important that you cross things out as you go. Okay. All right, let's do another one. Actually, I lied. We might do 2 more. I know I said 6 in there when I first said that, but we might just do 2 more. Never hurts to have too much practice with this. Okay. I am going to do 24 divided by 8 plus 2 plus 6 times 2. Okay, that's a pretty big problem. All right, scan it. What do we have first? Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So I have parentheses first. So I'm going to do my parentheses, which is 2 plus 6. And that is 8. Cross that out. Bring down. Okay. Now I have division and I have multiplication. Which one am I going to do first? You're going to do the division first in this problem because we go left to right with multiplying and dividing. They are equally as important, so we just go with whoever was first. So 24 divided by 8 is 3. Cross that out, bring down. All right, well, I have got a multiplying sign, so I'm going to do 8 times 2 which is 16. And 3 plus 16 is 19. Circle your problem. Again, I have a upside down triangle. All right, I want you to do this one on your own, and then we will go over it. So pause the video after I have written, that's not gonna work. After I have written it down. All right, and then start it back up. Remember that if you have a number beside of a parentheses, that means that you're going to multiply. All right, so work on this, give it a try, and then we'll go over it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is this parentheses, which is 6 plus 4, and that is 10. Cross that out, bring everything else down. Oh my gosh, Evan, you scared me. What? You don't have to whistle. You did a good job. Yeah, you whistled by yourself. She scared me. All right, now I'm going to do multiplying, which is 9 times 4 is 45. Cross that out. Bring everything else. Oh, Miss Connor did a boo-boo. I should not have done that. What should I have done? I should have done 3 times 10 first. But luckily, it's not going to make a big difference. But we're going to cross that out, and I'm going to redo what I just did. Evelyn scared me so much that I... Whew. Okay, so we're going to do 3 times 10, which is 30, plus 9 times 5. 9 times 5 is 45, plus 30, and then that is 75. I think I may have done something wrong. Oh, okay. All right, so we're going to do one more since I goofed up on that. That is the correct answer, but the problems I was using, I did something wrong. Okay, let's do this. Let's do 1 times 10 divided by 2 minus 4 minus 1. All right, work that one out. Okay, let's go over it. Make sure that you have paused me. All right, I'm going to do the parentheses first. 1 times 10 is 10. Cross that out. Bring down. What is wrong with me? I need to stop. My brain's stopping. All right, so now I'm going to say I've got a division sign. That's all I've got left. So I'm going to say 10 divided by 2, which is 5. Bring it down. 5 minus 4 is 1. Bring down. 1 minus 1 is 0. All right, just remember to, you're going to do a couple active, like work through assignments, and then you're going to do an exit ticket. That is not for a grade, but it's just for me to see how well you guys are understanding. I know this is the first day, but I just want to have an idea. So remember that please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. You're going to do parentheses first. Multiplying and dividing, you go from left to right. Whichever one comes first, left to right. Adding and subtracting, left to right. Whichever one comes first. All right. Bye.